The Egyptian version of Cinderella, where her name is Rhodopis, is considered the oldest version of the story. The literature was first recorded by the Roman historian Strabo in the 1st century BC. Long ago, in the ancient land of Greece, there was a maiden named Rhodopis. She was walking by when out of sudden, two pirates kidnapped her. She was struggling at first, but when a knife was pointed at her, she was forced to follow then their orders. Rhodopis was then transported to Egypt by the pirates to be sold in slavery. She was bought by a woman named Kipa for 20 pieces of silver. The negotiation was easy and Kipa took her as one of her slaves where she works. At the palace where Rhodopis worked, she felt really different. Her co-servants looked at her with disgust. And no pity. Then she was treated unfairly, earning no respect from others because of her indifferences. She felt alone, having no one to comfort her, and now that she became a slave from being a princess. This made her weep and cry. Then suddenly, a dog appeared and talked to her. She was unsure how to react with that she's seeing a talking dog. They talked, knew each other, and then suddenly became friends. That's what she needed the most at her stay in the palace. As she was having a conversation with the dog, she saw her master from afar. Rhodopis asked the dog a few questions about him. She wondered if her master was either cruel or kind, of which she concluded kind as what his actions tell her. Rhodopis danced as if no one was watching. She was enjoying herself with the beat of the music from nature. In a short moment, Kipa, the head of the household, shouted at her. Kiwo was vicious at Rhodopis, and the animal seemed Kipa was vicious at Rhodopis. She hurt her both physically and emotionally. Kipa showed no mercy at her. Rhodopis did nothing but let Kipa make superior over her. Then, her master saw her dance. The master went to her and they introduced themselves to each other. It was their first meeting. At that moment, because the master was pleased of her graceful and exceptional dancing, she offered to give Rhodopis a pair of sandals. Rhodopis cannot believe what's happening to her. So, she was pleased. The next day, Rhodopis received the sandals as promised by her master. It was a perfect fit. Rhodopis was forever grateful for such rare kindness given to her. Kipa saw the scene. She was jealous of Rhodopis because of the sandals. Her hate on her became higher. She wanted Rhodopis out of the palace. The days passed when the pharaoh called for court. The servants were excited about it and discussed the event. Rhodopis was interested to go and meet the pharaoh, but she was prohibited by Kipa and her fellow servants. She tried to beg, but still she had no choice but to follow them and do the chores herself. Rhodopis had tried to join with them, but she failed to do so. She did the household chores with sadness. The bird flew away and brought the sandals to the pharaoh. The pharaoh was puzzled about its meaning and thought that the one woman who will fit the sandal would be her queen. And so, the search began. She was finding the owner house by house, but no feet would fit the exact size that of the sandal. Kipa was first to try. She was excited about being the queen, but the sandal did not fit her feet size. The pharaoh left and continued his search. Until Kipa recognized that it was Rhodopis' sandals and went to her before the pharaoh's doors. As usual, he hurt her and great envy and hate. She physically abused her. And the pharaoh entered in the situation, stopping Kipa from hurting Rhodopis. Rhodopis was shocked. Sandal was reached at pharaoh. She said to him that it was hers. The pharaoh tried it on her feet to know if it was really hers. It was a perfect fit. After that, Rhodopis and the pharaoh lived at the temple, where they happy in each other's arms, And much like any other fairy tales out there, they lived happily ever after.
Storybook endings, fairy tales coming true. Deep down inside, we wanna believe they still do. In our secretest heart, it's a fairy